Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Skies of Arcadia Legends. We have fought off the Tinku spell ship, and now their flagship is apparently approaching us, and they have boarded, and we're gonna go take them down. So if you don't remember the way to get to the deck, we just go through this door, we go down the stairs, and then we go around behind them. And remember I said we'd be doing that a few times once we first got our ship, so well, this is one of those times. So let's open up and go see them. Westerners, we've been waiting for you. Who are you? My name is Zhao. My name is Mao. It is our mission to collect 1,000 swords. So, you must pick one of two choices. Surrender and give up your weapons, or die and we take your weapons. It is up to you to decide your fate. How about we kick your butts and toss you overboard? Besides, you guys are unarmed. What can you possibly do to us? If that is your decision, then we must kill you now. Whoa, man. These guys are kind of cool. We're finishing each other's sentences and everything. So yes, we have now a regular boss battle against Zhao and Mao. Now these guys are not too tough. Since there are two of them, the HP, there's quite a lot between the two, but they're spread out. So just a couple attacks will take one of them down. Of course, once you take one down, the battle gets a lot easier. You know how this works. So we don't need to worry about spells from these guys. This means we don't have to worry about Delta Shield, of course. We're pretty much just going to be using Cutlass Fury on them. They're blue, which means green or purple. We're already set up with purple. So there's Cutlass Fury. We can focus. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and guard. I would use Justice Shield, but we don't quite have the SP. So we'll just go ahead and use a Cutlass Fury. You can see that does actually more than half. And we do have these special attacks, which, as you can see, can be slightly damaging. Except Vice wasn't guarding, and here's the other one.
It is time, or you will die.
And yes, that did a decent amount of damage. Would have been worse if she wasn't guarding, but she was, of course. So let's go ahead and Cutlass Fury, and this should go ahead and take one of them out. I guess we can focus, and we'll go ahead and use Justice Shield. Just to get a guard up on everyone, pretty much.
It is time, or you will die.
Fena's taking a little bit of damage there. I don't know why they're picking on her so much. Alright, so yeah, down goes one of them. Now there's only one left, so it's really no big deal. And yeah, don't think we're going to have enough SP. No, not quite enough for a Pirate's Wrath, but that's fine. And I guess we could toss out a heal just to make sure that Fena's going to be alright. And she can just guard, not even waste the time. Throw up just a shield. So just a couple more turns, we'll be able to take the other one out. Like I said, these guys really aren't too tough. That was a kind of funny looking attack.
Let's try this.
Alright, so Fena's maxed out again. And from this point on, it's smooth sailing. Nope, she's even gonna get a counter. Nice. And, yep, down goes the twin number 2, I suppose. So, pretty easy battle, really not too much to worry about there, especially if Vice has, a whole lot of attack power like I've got him with. And we get yet another Moonbear. We've picked up like 3 more, I think, since I last used them. Westerners, you are stronger than we thought. We must report this to our commander. We rule the skies of Yafutoma, and we are known as Tinku. Westerners, we shall meet again. Wow, how can they fly so high? Blue moonstones hold the powers of wind and water. The Yafutoman ships are powered by these stones. By harnessing the power of the wind, their ships can reach altitudes that we can only imagine. Well, looks like we chased them off for now. We should try and find Yafutoma. So yeah, there's your explanation. She did it in like one sentence better than I did in, like a minute. So, there you go. Alright, well, that's the discovery right there. Okay, I was right on top of it. This is Spice Island. This is the one I was originally looking for. This is a small remote island where a pure spring nurtures a wide variety of herbs and spices. The water in the spring has medicinal value due to the abundant herbs nearby. Perhaps this beautiful garden is the true fountain of youth. Hey, that'd be kind of cool. Wow, there's so many herbs and spices growing here. I've never seen so many in one place before. It's amazing. This place truly is a treasure island. But we really shouldn't disturb the island too much. Yeah, I suppose that if we took too many of the seeds and stuff, the trees might not be able to grow back. But I'm sure it would be okay to just take a little bit, right, Vice? I swear, Eika, you and your just a little bit. Alright, we'll take something with us. And we received kale. Now that's going to be important later on for a little side quest. It's not story related, of course, but just something to keep in mind for later. Alright, so now we are getting pretty close to Yafutoma. That's basically what the Tinku's arrival signifies. So if we just keep going north from here, Yafutoma is basically sort of in the middle here. It actually, okay, I don't have quite any of the Yafutoman area uncovered yet, but that's fine. It's going to be slightly to the east. You can see we've got some walls here. There's actually a discovery I'm going to be looking for. Alright, I'm actually going to do a couple things. First, I'm going to put on that white map. I know I just took it off, but this is a section where we're just going to be sailing around looking for discoveries, so less encounters is definitely a lot better. Just don't let me forget to put the captain's hat back on. Yell at me if I do. I probably will. Alright, so also we're going to probably, we've got 4 moonberries. I just picked up another one in that battle, which is crazy. You only even need 2 to learn this one. This is Cupel summons a storm to damage and remove any beneficial effects from all enemies. This is Lunar Winds. Both of these 2 basically would have been good to have against the Ixanes demons. Obviously, removes all adverse effects and removes all beneficial effects from enemies. So, I mean, this would have been really, really good to have. But unfortunately, we didn't have it then, so we'll just have to deal with it. Alright, now, I'm looking for... I don't remember exactly where this is. It's pretty large, though. It should be somewhat easy to find. I think if we just head south from here... there's sort of this wall segment, and then another one, and then as we go further down, I think we'll find what I'm looking for. Yeah, you can see there's this kind of intact walls here that form sort of like a little gate. And if we check this thing out, this is the Guardian Walls. It's a massive fortress built by an ancient Yafutoman king. Rather than as a form of defense, the walls were said to have been built so that lookouts could spot enemy ships before they got too close to the city they were trying to defend. Alright, so there we go. Now, the rest of these discoveries are going to take us on a pretty long trip, actually. As I mentioned before, the Yafutoman region is rather large, since basically now we have access to everything that was on the other side of the Dark Rift, which is a very large part of the world. So I guess we can go ahead and grab this one, since it's along the way. The Yafutoma region itself is basically its own discovery, which you pretty much get automatically. As you can see, this is the Yafutoma. Ancient legends speak of Yafutoma as a mythical land to the east, covered in gold and populated by a proud, polite people. Cut off from the world by dangerous currents, it's developed a distinctive culture, first discovered by Vice the Blue Rogue. Ah, awesome. Alright, so yes, that is, of course, the town that we're going to be checking out, but before we do that, we're going to go ahead and pick up the rest of our discoveries. Now, there's going to be one, I believe, on this island. If we skim the top of it and check, yeah, this this thing looks so silly. This is the Deers. And once upon a time, there was a gentle creature called the Deers lived in the forest. The villagers believed that getting kicked by the Deers would make them rich, so they chased him around until he ran away. It's kind of a strange fairy tale, I guess, but well, whatever works. Alright, so now let's keep on heading to the north. We're looking for something that's pretty easy to find. Oh, got a battle. Alright, so let's keep moving here. I'm sort of scanning the horizon. It's actually kind of bothering me that I'm not coming across anything here, that it's so wide open. I'm going to check where I am real quick. Oh, yeah, I've way past it. Alright, it's back to the south. is this the area I'm looking for? Yes, it is. And you can still battle first. Alright, now you can see there's kind of this giant mountain area here. If we head up close to it, and actually, there's supposed to be some stuff around here that I'm looking for. But I'm not seeing it. Okay, this is really disconcerting me here. Because there's this flock of birds that's supposed to hang out around here. That's going to be our next discovery. Alright, so I'll look around a little bit more. Really not sure why they're not around, but well, once oh wait, here they are. Oh, we don't have to cut. Good. So I didn't think they actually moved around that much. Alright, so let's grab these things. These are the Wonder Birds. I guess, judging by the name, I should have known they'd move around. Wonder Birds are large migratory birds from the far north, revered since ancient times as symbols of long life. Their cries rarely ever heard, but the clarity and beauty of their song is said to put all other birds to shame. Alright, well, that works then. Alright, so now let's head further to the north. It turns out we're actually going to be looping around a little bit here. There's one discovery that is, of course, a moving discovery that causes me all kinds of trouble. Basically just kind of goes within this top corner triangle here, so we'll look around for this a bit. Again, this is probably going to be a prime chance for editing unless I happen to get super lucky and run across it, which I really doubt is going to happen. Alright, you can see there's an island up there that we can't really do anything about. Let's just kind of look. Yeah, we're pretty much right in the middle of it here, so I'm going to look around for a bit. Ooh, here we go. I think we found him. Yeah, here he is. Let's get to him. And this is the Ryugu turtle. Alright. Once upon a time, an old man rescued a turtle who was being picked on by the neighborhood children. Thanking the old man, the turtle offered to give the old man a ride on his back. So into the sky they flew to a faraway land. Well, that's interesting, I suppose, but alright. So now, like I said before, we're going to loop around. There's going to be a discovery that we need to pick up around here, sort of in the southeastern part. It's kind of weird you have to go north to get to the southeast, but, well, that's how it goes. Alright, so let's pretty much head north here. Now, this one can be a little bit tricky to find, because, once again, it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. I do sort of have a reference point for it. There's an island over there that we can't really do anything with right now. Don't remember. I need to kind of look where I'm at here. I believe it's kind of right around in this area, so if I go straight north, I should run into it, or hopefully anyway. And in case you're wondering, no, you're not really messing anything in the random battles. They're all just enemies we've seen before. The last couple, in fact, have been just like 5 or 6 of those gross things, which you can take down really with just one use of Lambda Burst. Alright, now I think I've probably missed it now. My reference point that I usually use... Oh, okay, there it is. Nice, I didn't miss it. I was right on it. Okay, I thought so. Here's Inverse Isle. A strange island where the trees and everything else are upside down. The current theory is that this confusing phenomenon may be caused by a flux in the gravitational pull, caused by the presence of black moonstones at the center of the Dark Rift. Well, perhaps we do know that those exist, so... yeah, you can see I wasn't actually on it. They're actually pretty generous. I was a little bit to the side, but yeah, there it is. It's kind of just out in the middle of nowhere. If you kind of look at where the Dark Rift and the Sky Rift sort of meet here, it's basically like right on this corner. If you head south, you'll generally run across it. And like I said, they're pretty lenient, so it's not that big a deal if you're somewhat off. Alright, so now we need to make our way over to the southwest corner, which we're going to be able to do basically by going southeast. It gets a little weird when you're dealing with the corners of the map. But as long as we head southeast and go through the Sky Rift, we should reach the correct region. So let's go ahead and make our way through here. Alright, so once we finish going through, I'm going to check and see exactly where we're at. Alright, we haven't quite crossed over yet, but where we want to go, I believe, is in around this square, so we're right on the path. So let's see, again, it's another one of these that's just kind of out there in the middle, like I said. This is the Mystic Orchard. Once upon a time, there was a faraway island where jeweled fruit grew on the trees. The young man took one of the fruits to cure a sick mother, but in return had to come back to the island to become one of the magical trees. So yeah, a lot of these discoveries come from Yafutoman fairy tales, which I guess end up being somewhat truthful, in fact. Alright, so now we're going to have to make kind of a long trip here. We need to go, I believe, it's in one of like these two squares, it's in this area, but as you can see, the Dark Rift is sort of cutting us off there, which means we're going to have to go south and then all the way back up and down through that way. So we're going to have a pretty long trek going just straight south here with not a lot of things to, you know, sort of entertain us along the way. I don't think I would do that good of a job, so I may end up just sort of meeting you once we get closer. Alright, we're getting somewhat close to a point of mild interest here. You can see we're pretty much sailing right alongside the Silverstone Reef. Now, despite the fact that the Delphinus has been upgraded, we still can't get through that. That's a little bit stronger than we can deal with. And this Silverstone Reef basically forms the western border, as you can see, of the Ixa'taka region, so we can't exactly get through there. The discovery that we're looking for is just to the south here. It's going to be on an island that's actually very, very close to Ixa'taka that you could probably see from there, in fact. But of course, since the island lies on the other side of the Silverstone Reef, you wouldn't be able to actually get to it without going through this big, long, convoluted process. Alright, so we should be getting somewhat close. Yeah, you can see we've got an island right here. It's even got the Ixa'takan grass and trees on it. I mean, that's how close it is. You can see, really, I mean, we're right next to the Ixa'takan continent. So as we go over here, we should... there's a battle, of course. Alright, we should come across our discovery. I guess it's going to be in the tree area. I know it's on this island, at least. Yep, there it is. This is the Grieving Prince, a statue of an ancient prince who lost his wife in a sailing accident and spent his life gazing up at the skies. On a full moon, it's said that a single tear falls from the prince's eyes as he watches the ships pass. Yeah, so it's a pretty interesting discovery. As you can see, again, we're right next to Ixa'taka. An interesting thing to note about the random battles around here is that even though we are like all the way over here on a completely opposite side of the world, we're still fighting the same ghosts and jellyfish things. But anyway, now that we've found the Grieving Prince, that pretty much marks the end of the discoveries that we were going to get on this trip. So I think, yeah, if we check this out, you can see we're filling out our discovery log pretty nicely. We've still got a few gaps in there, but most of this is here. We've got, of course, still a few pages left to go, but we've gotten quite a few of those, so we haven't quite found all of them yet, but we're definitely making some pretty good progress, so. Alright, now we get to sail all the way back to Yafutoma, which if we look on our map, the easiest way to do so, as you can see, we're actually somewhat close, believe it or not, even though we look far away on the map. We can actually head to the northwest here, and that'll pretty much lead us straight back. So maybe we could have gotten this one a little bit sooner without having to go like all the way back down south, but that's how it goes. So if we just head to the northwest, we should pretty much reach Yafutoma really in no time. It's amazing how close Ixa'taka and Yafutoma are to each other. You can see we're in the Blue Moon region again. Alright, so let's keep moving here. And it's kind of disappointing that there seem to really be only like 2 different types of enemies throughout this entire region. It's a little bit disappointing, but I guess that's just the way it goes. Alright, so now we should be heading, yep, this is straight towards Yafutoma. I guess we could talk to one of the ships around here to see what they have to say. Who are you guys anyway, and how do you manage to stay in the air with those steel ships of yours? I know who you are. You're Westerners. I've read about people from the West, but you're the first Westerners that I've actually seen. Yeah, you know, these people, they're discovering new people as well, so that's kind of interesting. Alright, so now we are all ready to head into the town of Yafutoma, but I think I'm going to save that for next time. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you then.